Right, welcome to my channel again, guys. It's Matt. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a install on unbranded dash cam. So yeah, I thought because I paid about £110 on my Wolf box about a year ago, and it's a decent camera, can't fault it. But ultimately I need one for my daily, and I didn't really fancy spending another £110 on a dash cam just for the daily. So this one I picked up for about £35 off of eBay, and today I'm going to see if it's any good. So here we go, let's see what this has got. Comes in a nice sleeve, nice covering, keep it well protected, and there's the screen. The packaging isn't the best, but I'll tell you what, it suffices. So the good thing is about it on this, it does have an extension on there, so you can extend the camera along and it works. Oh, it even turned on. Can't really see. There we go. Takes a little bit to focus, and I'll tell you what, that screen is not bad. I'm impressed. Even my Wolf box doesn't even have this feature where you turn it, take it off of the car, and it still records. Very impressed. Okay, right, that's saying something. Right, what else do we get with it? So we got a standard USB, fucking ancient these days, which will plug straight in directly into the cigarette charger. So okay, that's good as well. So it also comes with a rear camera, and to be honest, this looks like the same brand as my Jags one. Well, as the Wolf box one that's on the Jag. So it looks to me you have to, if you want the reverse light, same as the Wolf box, you have to solder it into the reverse light. I don't really recommend it. If your car's got parking sensors and all that, then what's the point? If you've already got a camera on some of these days that have it on the dash as well, it's unnecessary. Ideally, what that rear camera will do mostly, it'll just show you the rear view, but closer. The problem is with this car, it's CLK 320 diesel. They're brilliant cars, but the problem that you face, that these mirrors are too small. Same with this, you can't really see much out of it. It's a good car, but overall, safety wise, if you want to look in the back rear view, it's impractical. But it's a good car. But yeah, let's see how it goes together, and then we'll install it. So these little tabs, best way to do them, put one in there, go under it. The mirror is absolutely massive. And that slides on like that. Okay, and then same with the other side. Get the tab over the top, stretch it to the bottom. That is a big stretch. There we are. Let's quickly see if it turns on and see where that's...
Oh, we're at a beach.
Yeah, we're at a beach. See if it focuses. So annoyingly, that camera, you just want it enough just so it shows the front of the car, really. Personally, might be able to, aha, there we go, yes, so it does have the same feature where it rotates down. There we go. So even if I have it up here, I'm going to be fighting this all day until I get power into it. There we go, so I can have, it won't let me go side to side, but just enough to show the front bonnet. Because at the end of the day, you ain't going to be seeing that view, but your camera, obviously, you want it to pick up. So if there's anything that comes in your path or anything like that, it should trigger it, and it should basically save it onto your files. That's the point. So that's one thing when you have to think about buying one of these. It does not come with a backup card. so you'll have to buy an SD card for it as well. Some of the units probably still come with a backup card. Ideally you want probably about 30 gig, and then just clear it, save all the videos that you want off of it, and then clear it afterwards. So it's only just for then like 10 seconds that happen you want it to save, so it's just for security reasons. So we're going to get straight up now in connecting it up, because it's easier to access. I could say if there was a memory card slot, I can get it straight in there, put my finger in there, and then it'll pop out. So that's all good. So we'll start off with the power cords and then see if it works when the car is on. So this comes with your standard ties, and varies from vehicle to vehicle, so you need to know where your cigarette lighter is. Some of them are more well equipped, they'll have another one in the glove box. This one doesn't have, so this is the only way you can actually get the port from. So where I'm going to think is the quickest route to that is either the passenger or driver side. Preferably I would prefer probably the driver's side, so then I can come up through here and then tuck and tidy the wrap of the cable. Looks to me it's going better off to the left though. This is the idea of making it tidy. So we'll do that then. Okay. So they basically just want to make sure that the wire is long enough for it to actually fit in. So we'll unravel this. Yeah, there we go. So we've unraveled it, and hopefully this is long enough to actually reach. So I'm going to start tucking it into the roof lining. So it's ideal to come equipped and get yourself one of these as well, a squeegee. So these are ideal for when you're using wraps, but also good for as a trim tool. So I'll be able to pop that through into there and then see if I can get this wire in. There. It should be enough to do so. Or pull it down enough. There we go. To get that in. See? And that holds it there for you. Or not. So there we go. And then go across. Push it right in. So it'll actually hold it. And just feeding it through. And that's made a nice little gap for it to go all the way along. Try again. Might have to get out of the car for this one.
Oh.
Ow.
Keep that bit in.
Yeah. Just push the wire in and feed it. Let's go back. Do this bit. So it's nice, tight and snug. And this goes for all the same with many other cars as well. So it is just straight fit. If you've got one in here, you can have excess wire, just tie it up and then jobs are good. And once that's in that corner there, you've got the fun bit and getting it in that trim. And push that in, preferably. Sometimes it's easier to take these out, trims. These are normally got 3 pegs that go along down here. So if we pull that to the side there, that'll expose and we can get behind it. This little rubber seal. There you go, there's one clip gone. And that's all I really need, is just one clip to go to allow me to get to this top. So I'll give it a good little pick, and it's alright. So now we've got it back to where it should be. I've pulled this slider trim out and then starting to feed it down under into it. Once that's in, I'm going to push that in a little bit more, because ideally you don't want to really see all dangling wires everywhere, so you can be a bit rough with it, not too rough, so where you're going to break the wire, but just enough just so you can get it tucked into where you want it. Okay. So then when I pop this trim back in, it's gonna not show where the wire is, so it makes it look almost OEM. Feed it all the way down. Tuck it in nicely in behind. And there's a nice gap where this trim goes. I don't think that actually pops out this side. Yeah, there we go. So that'll pop out. Do I have any entry points? Doesn't really look like it. So back to the original plan. This is going to be fed down, so I want this to go with this wire to go on the inside, because what will happen is when this trim goes back on, you're going to struggle getting it through into here. So as long as if this wire for the dash cam is on the inside, it's all good. Start putting it and feeding it under there. So basically just trying to get the video done in stages for you, so it makes it easier when it comes to installing it. There's a lot of videos out there that say, oh yeah, this is how to go about it, but show you absolutely nothing. To me, be lucky if we can go through the glove box. Right, I'll probably drill a hole through there one eventually and go through that way with it. So this has got a nice little tray underneath here, so I'm going to take this off, and then that's where the wiring harness is going to go, and where I'm going to have my excess going through here. So then I'll be able to feed it through into here. I may not even need to, but we'll see which either way looks tidier and more practical. So got my T20, best tool in the world. You can get this off of Temu for about 25 quid. It's day plus, and honestly it's a lifesaver when it comes to DIY projects such as this. So it's got 2 torque screws, one under, two of them. Keep these safe because we're going to reuse them. There we go. That gives me access to put the wire and hide it, and it'll stay dry as well. So if you've got passengers that are soaking wet, You can put it back in where the insulation is. And it should just give me just enough more to where it's going to go. Ideal if this video is for you, if you've got a CLK, because this is probably the way I'll go about it. So it's got a nice little pouch here on this side as well, the trim, so that can fit up in there. Feed it through into here. Get the trusty trim tool. You can get better trim tools, but these are the ones I've got access to at the moment. I'm just going to feed that in there, lift that bit up, and then feed the wire in. There we go. You can get a finger behind it or your hand behind it, even better. Don't look too bad, like that. And I have got the choice whether I can feed it through here, but do I see the point? We'll see. I like it looking tidy, so it's however you want it. You think it's more practical, but as long as if it's not affecting your visibility out the windscreen, then you're laughing. Pass the MOT every time with it on. Like I say, these things are a bloody lifesaver. Let's see if it fits in there. To be honest, that's just going to pull the lever out, so I can live with that amount of wires sticking out. I can live with that. If I was to go extra on this, I would take this trim piece out. It's easy enough to remove, but I'm not doing that today, and then just feed it underneath it. Screw these little bad boys in. As most people will say to you in the motor trade, always start your screws off by hand. Don't over tighten it, because it'll just ruin the project. And then back up again. Maybe not. Cars are meant to test you. If you ain't got the patience for it, don't do it. Okay, that's enough. And that's it. So yeah, I can tidy that little bit up there, and now it's back where it should be. That's back in. Clip back in. Feed that over. A few happy slaps. You got yourself your pillar back. There you go. Clipped in. So now on to the next stage. Right. So now we're doing the reverse camera. So same process again, except for this is going to go down the driver's side. It just makes sense. Whilst this wire, it will connect here at the top. So you got your USB, and then you got like an auxiliary port, or a mini auxiliary port, like so, which will connect that way. So rather than having the wire go with the left side when it's already tight that side, you're going to make this one go to the right. Horn beeping. And thankfully this wire is actually a bit thinner, so that makes life a lot more easier. Look at that. Straight in a nightmare. So I'm going to go interior wood on this, so I'm not going to bother going down the route of putting it on the external of the car. From personal experience on my old Jaguar, I had this on the outside. What I found with like any like reversing camera, it gets mucky and stuff like that. You can't see anything out of it. So what I'm going to do is going to attach it to the headlining and go from there. There's two ways you can do about it. You can use 3M tape or you can screw it in. If you've got a nice luxury car, you don't want to really screw it in, so you use just 3M tape, and that should be suffice enough because it's not a heavy camera. Like, weighs probably 0.1 of a gram if that, so you ain't gonna complain. So back again, gonna pull this trim bit down, and this wire I don't think I need to go as dramatic as the other one and just pull the whole thing. So you might be able to get away with it in most modern cars. Most of these trim edges are a lot easier to get to than these older ones, especially like Peugeot, Citroen. They always love their gaps. Not knocking them, well, knocking them, but that's just the way they're made in today's standard. Nicely there. Have to be a little bit boisterous with it, and then I'm just going to go in between the groove here, put my thumb into it, and as my thumb's there, I'm going to get ahead of it and then just feed it through like so. Look at that. You wouldn't even notice. Show you, if you've got a pillar here, you just go in between it, and then you'll have a cover in here on most like hatchbacks and saloon cars, and you'll just pull the top edge of it a little bit, and then you'll feed the wire through down this way. But because this is a pillarless design, you'll just get the little rubber with your little fingers on it, so once you start, don't stop. And then you go through like so. I'm just feeding it through. So windy and cold today. So I see this nice little seam line going here, and this is where I could probably get rid of most of my wiring is at the back of this pillar. And just go in bit by bit, and that's got it. And also this is where I can test where the final position of this harness is going to be. So I'm going to turn the car on, put the camera on and see if it works. It's probably one thing I'd advise first. Before doing this install, make sure you check that it does work, because I didn't. So could have done all of this and it could be say, yeah, it's faulty, and that's why it's 35 quid. Right, the car's on, dash cam on, and let's see when I plug it in. Okay, so if I touch that screen, it shows me the rear camera there. That's not how I want it. So if I switch camera there we go. We've got a backward camera. There we go. And there's the rear view. Once it focuses and sets in, it should be fine. So yeah, that all works. Just good enough. And then you can use that to rotate, and it does both cameras. So same principle. Once this focuses in and this doesn't have this, you can see that's better, that's way better. So even with a little tag on it, once that's off, that will be clear on both. That's brilliant. So now we know it works. I can turn the vehicle off, and I can start thinking where would be the best place to plant it. And so I'm just going to grab my trim, just there, and feed it through into it. And we're going to take the car for a drive, and then we're going to give it a good solid review whether it's anything up to the Wolf box or not, and whether I should just think, alright, I'll spend the money and I'll actually get something decent for it. This was just a test to see if this was actually any good and have I been wasting my money. Tag. So I'm just going to cut that wire, because as I'm not using it, there's no point. But that's tagged in. I only need to cut it from that side, feed the wire in. So this is 3M tape that you get with it, thankfully. And you get 2 screws with it anyways. So if this doesn't work, it gives you 2 screw points there. So I'll keep those safe just in case. I'll peel one side of it off first. For the ones that know, you know. And then I'll stick it to the base of this. Like so. And then peel the other side. And it should stay all together. If it doesn't, just screw it in. I say, if you've got a nice luxury car, you don't want to screw it in, just take the risk and get stronger 3M tape. You get stronger stuff of this, and that should be perfect for it. Time you be fine. Looks to me that this wants to be tightened up a little bit, so you get a little Phillips screwdriver. It's
a bit close, isn't it?
There we go. So this show, you recording?
Yes, I am recording.
So this shows the rear view camera. So let's see what it's like when we're driving it after it focuses. The best thing about it is it's got an adapter on it, so you can upgrade the rear camera, which I might have to do by the looks of that screening. Just tilt it tight. And then we'll see if it catches any lunatics.
Driving it. The lunatic's driving it.
So what I noticed in comparison to the Wolf, it's a little bit delayed. It's not massively bad, but good enough. It's good enough. You can see the rear view.
Ow.
You can see the front camera, which I do like. You can see that it's following on the dash and that. It's like, I love that idea of it. Pictures of quality is actually pretty good for £35. I mean, £35. You're not expecting to get the best quality product, but 35 quid and about an hour or 2 of your labour, depending on what vehicle you've got. So now I want to see if it focuses on the car behind me. Doing 40 miles per hour, he's being sensible. The one thing I can't, is going back on the picture quality, I can't see him properly. I should be able to see him, but it's still enough to say if I was to go on the motorway it'd be alright. Still better than the original view of the rear view. So now he's coming to focus. So let's have a look and explore the features of it. I'm going to pull over here. So okay. No, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was easy to install, easy to work with, same as any other dash cam. But if you want better quality and all that, go for the Wolf box. There are cheaper versions of it, even with a better rear camera, so you can, the prices range from £70 all the way up to 250 quid for the best quality one. The £250 one, they allow you to directly, as long as you've got Wi-Fi connection and all that, you can directly import the videos directly to your phone, so that you don't have to worry about taking the dash cam out and then doing it that way. You'll still need a memory card for it to be saved and save the data, but overall I still can't complain at this. You'll be driving it for a long time, won't you? So you'll be telling me whether it's any good or not. If it's any crap, then she'll probably tell me. But it's good enough. It's good enough. It's suffice enough. And if you don't want to have a look at the rear view camera all the time, you just turn that little button off there, and then it goes back to being a mirror. Relocate it. There you go. And I can use it back as an original mirror. It's zoomed in, so if you don't like the rear view camera of it, that's actually a better view than even the original mirror. I can't argue with that. But still, it's good enough. Right, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll do some more little DIY bits.